guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about second languages and how to learn them as quick as possible. My second language is English because I'm Italian, so my first language is Italian, and I want to share with you guys my tips and advices on how to learn a second language pretty quick. First of all, guys, I want to point out that languages are something real. It's not like a subject. It's not something you can just memorize, sit down, take a bunch of words and expect to learn them, to know them really quickly the following days. It's something that requires practice and something that needs a bit of patience as well.
Well, good luck with that. I'm ready.
First tip is, especially if you're a traveler and you all like to travel, is to go to the place, the country where the language you want to learn is spoken. This is really good because it kind of initiates a process in your brain, really spontaneous, but which you will feel pushed to talk in the language that is spoken, of course, in the country so that you want to learn, and you will be listening to the language 24/7. However, there is something that is always underestimated about this, is that going to a country where the language is spoken is not always as useful. It doesn't really speed up the process if you keep talking in your native language, if you keep looking for people who talk in your native language. I understand that's the easy way and makes things comfy as well. However, if you want to learn the second language, you need to speak in the second language, especially if you are in that country. So no matter how many years you can stay in that country, as long as you keep talking in your native language, this is not gonna help that much. Tip number 2, if you are a beginner or even if you just want to improve your second language, a good thing to do is to download some good apps that I did download myself. My favorite is Duolingo, I don't know how you pronounce that, and it's really good because it's divided into sections and makes like the work pretty fun, and it's really like useful. I would recommend it. My second favorite app to use is basically HelloTalk. It's like an exchange of language skills because this app gives you the opportunity to talk to people whose native language is a language you want to study and learn. So it's really good. I would recommend it. Tip number 3 is basically about either songs or movies. So it's really popular when people want to learn a second language and listen into songs in the language they want to study. This is really good for your brain because it gets to listen to the lyrics, and so your kind of listening skills improve too. And especially I would recommend to translate the songs you listen to in your native language so that you can memorize and understand those lyrics and see what they actually mean in your own language. A similar thing to do relates to watching movies in the language you want to study or improve, and that's really good because movies get your brain like focused because you're watching something you're interested about, hopefully, and the brain says focus, but at the same time it's working out all the words that the characters are saying, anything that's going on. The brain is like developing an understanding, and this can be done in different ways. You can either use subtitles in your native language first, and then later when you feel more comfortable you can use subtitles in the language you want to improve, so the movie's language, and then after, when you feel comfortable enough, you can just watch the movie without no subtitles. At the beginning it can be a little bit of pain because your brain is not used to it, so it's completely normal, but after a while, trust me, I did it myself when I was studying improving English. It gets really natural and you get to listen to whatever like the character is saying, and you just pick things up straightforward. Tip number 4 is basically to practice a lot, guys. Practice literally makes perfect. I remember when I was studying English, I used to come home after like a long day and I used to basically tell myself in front of a mirror what I've been doing during the day in English. So I was like, okay, today I did this, today I did that, that's how I feel, that's what I want to do. Even like silly things that were just going through my mind, I pushed myself to say them in English. This was really good because it does help your brain to basically get used to think in the language you want to improve or study, and also to search for the vocabulary you want to use. I would recommend it a lot. Also, something really similar you can do as well, especially if you want to improve a certain type of like vocabulary section. Let's say you want to improve like vocabulary about kitchen, like vocabulary topic, would be to put it into practice. So for example, if you're doing vocabulary about kitchen, let's say, so you're learning about how to say fork and knife and table and chair and things like that, I will highly recommend to put into practice. So every time you use a fork, every time you just move a chair, just you get to do, I don't know, you get to use the table. Just try to remind yourself of what the object is said in the language you want to study. And that's really good because like via association, I will say, your brain is going to memorize what the object is in the language you want to learn. And then last but not least, tip number 5 is to basically do not be afraid. Making mistakes is completely normal. It's actually part of the process. And mistakes are actually a way to learn and improve your language skill as well. So do not be afraid. It's normal and you cannot get perfect like just in one day like this. But you do need practice. You need to be patient with that goal. It's normal to feel like you're not understanding anything. It's honestly part of that process. Try to keep the fight and to just push yourself, and trust me, day after day your language skills are gonna develop so quick, so well you won't even believe it. Anyway, these are my tips for you, and I do hope they're going to be helpful for you in your language skills. If there is anything else you tried out, any other advice you think is even better or you used and you think it worked out for you, just leave a comment below. Let me know what you tried out or if you already tried some of my advice. It's always good to see how different things can get done in different ways. And thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.